3 rookie mistakes you can easily avoid. Don't make these common mistakes. In this lesson, we're going to look at 3 frequent mistakes by beginners learning Japanese. They're super easy to avoid, and it'll only take 3 minutes. So, here are the 3 mistakes. Your name plus san, sayonara, when you will see that person again that day, and mas form plus desu. Okay, let's break them down. First, we have your name plus san. San is an honorific suffix corresponding with Mr. or Mrs. in English for other people. So, don't use it with your own name. Use it for other people's name. Next, sayonara to someone who you're seeing again on the same day. Sayonara means goodbye or see you. But you can't use it when you're expecting to see that person again on the same day. So, if you think you're going to see that person again on the same day, don't use sayonara. And finally, we have mas desu. This mistake is to say desu after the mas form of a verb. For example, 私は寝ますです。寝ます is the formal form of 寝る, which is a verb meaning to sleep. です is the equivalent to English am, is, or are. You can't use です after a verb, so you can't say 寝ますです, but you just say 寝ます. But people sometimes say it when they want to sound funny on purpose. So, never use です after a verb. Okay, let's recap. First, don't use san with your own name. Next, don't say sayonara when you will see that person again on the same day. And never use desu with a verb. Now, to the tip. Ta-dam! So, here's the informal way to say goodbye when you see that person on the same day. じゃあ、また. See you later. じゃあ、また. じゃあ、また. 私はひろこさんです。Now, the right way is 私はひろこです。私はひろこです。私は寝ますです。私は寝ます。私は寝ます